Hey, hello, everybody. Welcome back. We're playing some Minecraft today, and we're working on finishing the Shithari spine. Well, I mean, I say finishing. I mean, at least connecting the ice and the roads and all that kind of stuff. There's going to be plenty of time that we got to build bridges and tunnels and blah, blah, blah. In fact, I've been kind of thinking I want to do at least one of those big main tunnels that I'm on all the time sooner than later. So that might be a project that we do fairly soon. Anyway, yeah, so I'm gathering up the last bit of ice. I think I probably need about just over one shulker of ice to kind of finish this up. So I'm going to try to collect that now. Maybe a shulker and an inventory mostly full. And then that should put us in a good place to lay the rest of the ice. We just need basically 2 rows of ice, and if you know what I mean, rows. I mean, I'm doing. Hey, what's up, Trail? I'm doing 5. The Shithari spine is 5 blocks like wide, so I have 3 blocks done heading down south to Gabor. My goodness, this is a really tall iceberg, and just kind of finishing this. I did take. I was getting nervous about. I just didn't know how much ice it was going to take, and it turns out that we're getting really close to done, so not a big deal. But I didn't know, so I spent some time really taking the ice from like underground or under the water level. Dude, there is a ton of ice under the water level here, like a ton. I was shocked at how much ice there is under the icebergs. I guess that's kind of like real life, but anyway, so if I ever need more, I could just come down underneath. There's like 30 blocks of ice that goes down in some places where you don't have to absolutely ravage the landscape. I actually have a little bit of regret about that because I would have liked to have used the underwater. What's up, Wolf Mother? I would have liked to have used the underwater ice and kept these icebergs, but I think what we'll do eventually, whenever way down the road, whenever I get really into finishing this particular project, which obviously we're a long way from, but when I do, I think probably what we'll do is we'll like create a custom landscape, like really fill in all this with ice so there's not these weird sort of, I don't know if that's a chunk error or what. I don't know why that's there, but regardless, I think we'll do all this custom. Spending a little bit of time doing the custom land, it's worth it. It's really worth it. It takes some time, but man, it's really nice. I have had some epiphanies. Well, I need to get this down, so let's come over here. I have had some epiphanies of something I want to do in the haunted house whenever we get there. The whole reason why we broke away from that was actually to make custom spruce trees for that exact project, which I'm hoping to get back to maybe tomorrow. That's kind of my goal, is to get back to making the actual custom spruce trees tomorrow. Once I get some more of the mud cleared out and the land and all that kind of stuff, but we'll see. Everything seems to take so long. I didn't really plan on doing this Shithari spine, but man, it's like just getting a quick way to go repair until I get my cleric farm built. It's just going to take forever. Now, once I get my cleric farm built, that's going to be a lot faster, but it is going to involve a lot of trading to get all the bottles of experience, because that's going to be, hopefully, that's going to be how I repair my gear going forward for the most part. I mean, I could still use my Guardian farm and stuff, but I want to rework the Guardian farm at some point fairly soon as well. Are we out? Well, I have this right here. Let's start loading this up. I want to rework the Guardian farm fairly soon as well, because I want to build the bridge that goes out to the Guardian farm out of like Prismarine Scholars. My goal is to have each bridge really be its own thing. That's sort of one of the, so when you're on a bridge in Steelport or heading towards Steelport, you'll obviously see, oh, this, we're heading towards Steelport. You can just visually tell without needing directions or signs and stuff, especially now that we've expanded the Shithari spine to be it's actually a square, a circle, if you will, Minecraft circle. So because of that, it can get kind of confusing on which direction you're headed and which place is nearby and all that kind of stuff. So what I want to do is I want to really customize the spine after we get like just the basics laid down, where whenever you're on it, you can just easily glance, you see, oh, I've made out Prismarine, that means I'm headed to or from, or I'm in the area of the Guardian farm, right? It just makes sense. You won't need signs and stuff. So that's what I want to get to here, but we'll see. Did I see the thumbnail? I did. I looked at it, but now, of course, I can't recall it at all. I did see it, and I have no recollection of it at all. Let me see what it... Yeah, yes, I did look at... Oh, yeah, I did see that. Yeah, it reminds me of my big Dominion house. Oh, I love the Dominion house. That was a fun series, a fun world. I wish that would have kept up. Hey, I'm partially to blame on why Dominion ended, honestly. That's partially my fault, because that was right, the second season of that was right when my marriage was going downhill, and I bowed out of basically all I mean, that's essentially, in many ways, that's when my channel really died too, because it was even before the divorce. It was whenever I really bowed out of making almost any content, or certainly any high effort content, because I was trying to, you know, salvage things and make it better and all that kind of stuff and really focus. Meanwhile, it's back when I thought I had a say in it, which I did not, but I thought I did. So, you know, I thought, oh, like, it was, let's go team, but as it turns out, the team was only one of us that was interested in fixing that issue. So, anywho, in other news, that's unfortunately why I backed off of that, because and then when I did, not that I was like the only one, but I was a big part of sort of rallying the troops in Dominion and keeping us all doing stuff together. I was kind of one of the main, I don't want to say cheerleaders, but like rallying the troops guy, you know. I was like, hey guys, let's do this fun project, let's do this, you know. And like other people did too, but I think when I dropped out, that was partially, not all, but that was partially why I think that ended. Did you see the new Minecraft channel post? No, did they put something up? Should we take a look at it? Let me see. Minecraft channel post. Oh, wait, on what? On YouTube? Here, I'll pull it up. We'll look together. Hold on a second. Let me here. Let me figure out how to pull it. Oh, you guys are gonna see everything I'm subscribed to. Hey, everybody. Hey, it's me. I forgot I was on camera on this. Minecraft, I guess. Let me look. How do you just get to... These are just Minecraft videos. How do I do this? How do I run YouTube? I don't even know how. Oh, here. Okay, here. There. I'll just click on that. Okay, so on posts, huh? Let's see. Oh, is it this one? This one that you're talking about? I actually commented on this. On the meme? Is this what you mean, Trail? They're getting spam. Yeah. I'm actually one of them. I bet. Yeah, look. It's my post. I know it's just on front for me. I know, but look. Hey, Mojang social team. Read the room. Fix Bedrock before memes. Yeah. Yeah. I did read the comments. Was it Wolven Mother maybe? I think Wolven Mother maybe told me about that, so I went to go look, and I can't believe how utterly tone deaf they are. And like the thing is like, look, I know there's two teams. Okay, let's talk about it. I know there's two teams. I know there's a Bedrock team and a Java team, and the Java team is old Mojang in a way of thinking, and the Bedrock team is Microsoft, blah blah blah. I know, but like, the two teams are connected. They're not like strangers, you know. Like, and I know that the Mojang team, the Java team. Oh yeah, I knew I knew I didn't see it on my own, so I knew someone did. Yeah, so the Java team, they're really plugged in. They see things. What's up, Klausos? So I know there's two distinct separate teams. But that being said, Like, I don't understand how, even if the Bedrock team doesn't care, how the Java team, who does read all the social media and all that kind of stuff, and they have people who are always answering questions and all that kind of stuff, I don't know how they're not like on the phone like, hey, can we have a community outreach person like address this post, write down like, oh, the lack of communication about this broken update is 95% of the problem. Yeah, but nothing's changed. There was a hotfix to stop that random mouse out of window pausing problem. So that has been fixed for me, although apparently not everybody. But for me, it has. Basically, what was happening is, as you were playing the game, the mouse was independent of the game, so it was moving around. So if you have two monitors, the mouse would just go over to the second monitor, and then when you click in the game, it would click on whatever is outside of the game. That has been fixed for me. I love how everyone thinks the social media team has a say in game development. Oh, listen. Yeah, obviously, I know that the social team is a totally different group of people, but they're in contact, you know? They have emails, and where the social media team should be, and if they don't want to do it, then have a developer do it, but like, have someone write a freaking post saying like, hey, y'all, we're aware of this and we're working to address it or whatever, or here's our issue, we're having trouble tracking it down. I want to say Toycat's new video maybe addressed that. Like this, there's a big memory leak issue where now I don't seem to be having it, so I don't want to speak out of turn here, but I believe there's a big memory leak issue where the longer you play, the more and more and more RAM your game uses, where some people are playing with like 64 gigabytes RAM and it's like crawling. I don't seem to be having that problem, but if enough people are, or if anyone is, man, they gotta fix that. It's awful. But the biggest thing, by far the biggest thing, is just the utter lack of any communication. There's not been a single bit of communication from the Bedrock team, from the Java team, from the social media team, from all the developers that are all over X often. It's terrible. I mean, there are so many big-time YouTube creators now posting about this. Like, obviously they see it. Whoa, check this out. I had no idea. What? Oh, I got 12 shulkers just sitting here. Can you guys remind me that I have 12 shulkers just sitting here? The gaming division only makes 8%. I did see that. I did see that video. They did mass layoffs. Company stated in April 30% code is done by AI. That's probably true. That all being said, I would counter that a little bit by saying 8% of Microsoft is a crap ton of money, right? So like 8% of like my monthly budget, not so much. 8% of Microsoft's budget is like billions. So though I'm sure that's true, that the gaming division only makes up a small amount and all that kind of stuff, it's still enough money where you can have some, you know, some employee somewhere either fix it or at least talk to us about what is going on. That is a small ask. That's a small ask, you know what I mean? We're not even asking for it to be fixed immediately. We're asking, just tell us what's going on. And they've done nothing. It is shocking and terrible. It's the most disappointed I've been in the Minecraft thing ever. Whether you count it as Mojang, Microsoft, all of it. It's the most disappointed I've ever been. It's terrible. Granted, I say all that because of what other people are going through. Though I don't seem to be having any problems now that they fixed the mouse outside of the window issue. The CEO is hoping to have 80% of code done by AI in 2030. Well, yeah, I mean, that may be. That's what I was talking to. I don't remember. Maybe we were talking about this on stream yesterday about kids kids going into jobs. I do not know what kids are going to do. I would never. My girlfriend's son is going into computer stuff, and like, there's always going to be some jobs for people doing computers, right? But man, I don't know. Just with how incredibly fast it's changing. Like, older people are probably going to be fine because they're probably high enough up the company. But dude, I don't know, man. I don't know. Coming out, entering the job market in 4 years, that's going to be tough. In like programming and I don't know. Well, maybe I'm wrong. We'll find out. Yeah, but 8%, we see that as a cost they're willing to lose. Okay, so listen. Okay, that may be true, but like, you're looking at it, I think, from they're willing to lose 8%. Well, maybe, but why would they want to lose 8%? Like, I don't think that any company would want to lose 8%. Maybe okay with it if it happens, but I would think that that's not a goal. Right? Like, their goal would be to double that 8%, right? And Minecraft is like the strongest brand that Microsoft has right now in the gaming space, certainly with the decline of like Halo and with Elder Scrolls 6 never ever coming out, and etc., and not even a Fallout game in development, etc., like, Minecraft is it. So I don't know. They might be okay with losing 8%, but they would never want to lose 8%, You still have pink glitches to the point of just playing on mobile edition. Oof. I would certainly, if I had to just play on mobile edition, I would certainly stop playing. So yeah, the biggest couple things and I think I've watched all the videos that have come out on how bad this update has been, are the memory leak issues. That mouse issue that I had was infuriating. It would constantly pause because I would be clicking outside of the game window. That was infuriating. That was going to drive me to stop playing soon if they didn't fix that. The memory leak problem is a real big issue. There's the other thing about, like, when this update came out, how a lot of people had to uninstall and then reinstall, and they were not clear in any way that you had to do that. Although I guess maybe you didn't have to do that if you waited long enough for the migration of your files to change, but they never communicated that at all. Well, apparently Bedrock Edition on PS5 and Windows just has, the longer it runs, the more RAM it eats up. I'm not surprised Prowl's I like Prowl, and we've talked many times, but there's never been a problem that he wasn't irate about. I don't know that that's true in the Minecraft space. Minecraft is such an unbelievably huge thing. And the fact that they get 30% on every marketplace purchase, I cannot imagine, and I'm talking out of my butt here. I cannot imagine in any way that they're losing money on Minecraft. Their teams are not that big, and those guys aren't making $1 billion a year. You know what I mean? Like, I just can't imagine it. Maybe it's true, but this game is massive. I think getting the updates just to keep taking that 30% of every single marketplace purchase is crazy. I mean, they're making so much money on this to offset developing a couple drops a year, But, I mean, probably the biggest issue of all of it, and I'm saying this as someone who doesn't have the memory leak problem, so maybe I'm skewed to be fair. I'm trying to be, as objective as I can. I think the biggest problem was this update, how you had to delete and reinstall, and that was never stated. There was no communication about that at all. So if you are like a parent, or you're just someone who's not computer literate, you wouldn't even know that your worlds would go away. Oh, there's another big issue with Bedrock, too. Here's another big issue. So in the new launcher, You cannot launch the game without updating to the new version. It's like, you must update, right? So, if they roll out a hotfix that came out today, and I think, oh shoot, before I update to this hotfix, I want to back up my worlds, I literally can't. Because you have to be, in Bedrock, you have to be in-game to back up your worlds. Because once the launcher knows that there's an update, you cannot launch the old version. So that's a huge problem. Now, I think you can actually go into the file structure, which of course is like in a mystery file location. Good luck. But I think you can go into the file structure and grab your folder, but that's not the native way that in Bedrock people export worlds. You go into your world and you hit export. I was hesitant to share. I had watched a content creator I hadn't heard of talk about it. He has a channel for Bedrock tutorials and another for Java. It's hello. I mean, this is, I'm complaining, but this is beautiful. Look at this. It's beautiful. That's weird that the sun is still a square, even though in this custom skies the moon is round. Why is that? Why is the sun square and the moon round? That doesn't make sense. Might be wrong due to the marketplace, but we weren't talking marketplace. Mojang would be losing Minecraft money. Well, sure, but I think... Okay, yeah, you're right. Okay, I get that, because they're not selling as many copies of the game at $30 each or whatever. True, but I think you have to factor the marketplace into that, because that is an enormous amount of money. Right? I mean, that's just fundamentally part of it. No, in addition to Realms. I didn't even think about Realms, too. Look, I believe that this will be a wake-up call to them, to the team. I don't know about Microsoft and the penny pinchers and all, and accountants and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. They don't give a crap. But, like, the development team, I believe that this will be a wake-up call where they will... fix these problems and going forward have better quality control, because this can never happen again. The amount of negative PR they're getting just on YouTube, I'm not even on any other social medias, but I'm sure it's everywhere, right? I'm sure it's everywhere. If I see it on YouTube, I'm sure it's on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, right? I mean, Instagram, all of them, right? So yeah, it's a black eye for Mojang, the Minecraft brand, and it doesn't matter if it's Bedrock or Java, because people who aren't in the weeds in this, like we all are, it's just a black eye. They're like, oh, Minecraft sucks now, right? Because they're seeing that. It's a black eye for a brand where they're putting out a new movie in 2 years. You know, you can't have so much negative publicity when you're trying to get another $1 billion movie coming out. You know, like damaging an international brand is a big deal, right? And so even if you don't care about the game, you care about that if you work there. So I'm hoping that this is a wake-up call for the quality control people, the dev team, and I'm hoping that we get some sort of very honest communication today. If I'm them, I set up a camera right now and I record a video explaining what's going on. Really open, really clearly. If I'm them, that would promote such goodwill in the community. And if they don't know that, then they're stupider than I thought. Because we're all in this space, and most of us want it to succeed. We want it to be good, and we don't want it to be bad. And actually, most of us can pull ourselves back and be like, no, the developers, they're just people, right? They're just people doing their job, whatever. We would root for them. But, man, when it's radio silence over there and they're just putting memes up, is bullshit. They make the bugs part of the movie as it... Yeah, exactly. And then the Java people are like, what bugs? Oh, there's not that much. It's pretty good. And if there is a bug, they fix it immediately. Not a big deal. Who cares? They've got to communicate with us. It's awful. Hey guys, we're gonna be done with the ice on the Shithari spine in a matter of seconds here. This is the last row, potentially ever, in the Shathari Spine unless I go crazy and want to connect some other area. But we now have a completely connected Shathari Spine. Every single kingdom in my world is connected. Now there are a couple of little minor extensions that I want to do. Like in Tovalin, I would like to do an extension through the Under Mountain area, and there's like an extension where I want to put an extension going into the storage area, but we are officially done with the Shathari Spine ice portion. Not the sidewalk and not the bridges, certainly, but Java players, if there's a bug, we'll make a new duping farm out of it, and they'll patch it immediately. Yeah, exactly. Look, I am as big of a Bedrock apologist as there is out there. You know that. And I still prefer it. I still prefer it because I prefer the way it plays. But this is awful. This is just awful. They can never do a rollout this. They can never do this again. Oh, okay. It's Microsoft looking at Minecraft as nothing but dollars and cents and not caring about the heart of the game. That's what happens, I guess. It could be. I don't want to be that cynical. I mean, you might be right. You may be right. I would like to not be that cynical about things, but it's hard to argue it right now, I'll be honest. I would like to think, again, I want to separate the corporate overlords with the actual dev team that's actually making the game. Those people care, I believe. I want to believe that still. We're just going to have to hang out here for a minute because I need a lot of this and, well, let's go get a couple inventories of stone, I guess. I believe that the devs, and I don't know any of the Bedrock devs, that's actually a separate problem too. Like, we don't know any of them because, like, basically none of the Bedrock devs are on socials at all versus the Java team that so many of them are. That's a whole separate thing. That's an issue worth talking about. But I mean, how's not one Bedrock dev on, you know, X or Blue Sky or something on a regular, right? Come on. Anyway. Oh, this one isn't even full. So, I would like to believe that those developers are super engaged, right? And, like, into the game, love the game as much as the Java team seems to, because they're all on the socials and stuff, so you see that. I don't understand why. I don't understand why there's been no communication from the Bedrock team. You know, they're Microsoft people, but they are just people who play the game, and I would think love the game, but I don't know because they're not on. So I don't know. I don't know. I just don't get how a failure could be this severe. To be totally honest, I just don't understand how a failure can be this severe. It's so bad. But you know, at the same point, I compare this kind of with my dude. Okay, let's just pause for a second and talk about look at the. Can you see the textures on the hoppers? It is freaking beautiful. I don't think it translates on YouTube as much as it does on my screen. But man, I love it. I love that bump map. Cloud says I'm in love with the bump map. That's just so beautiful, man. It makes the whole game feel alive. Freaking love it. So, I don't know. Microsoft probably won't allow it. The company doesn't want to acknowledge their mistakes. Well, maybe. It could be. I don't know. I mean, maybe. Who knows? We'll never know, because they would have to actually communicate with us. So, I'm going to have to make a bump map for my pack now. I mean, you agree, right? I don't know how it would work on a 32-bit texture, but, like, it's just amazing. It brings the game, it just makes the game feel real. It makes it feel tactile. It makes it feel like I could run my fingers. I'm doing it right now with my hands. You can't see. It makes it feel like I could run my fingers along that hopper and feel it. versus like, for example, a texture that doesn't have, like this furnace doesn't have one for some reason. I don't know why the furnace wouldn't and this does, but this furnace just feels like a static Minecraft texture. These hoppers feel like I could touch it. It's just, I love it. It makes the game feel, and I don't think it changes as much in video because I'm watching my little OBS screen and I don't see it as much. But when you're in game and you feel the movement of it, it just, man, it feels like a modern game versus a 15-year-old game. You know what I mean? How Tone Deaf, the promotion of the Hour of AI. Oh, I don't even know what that is. I'm completely ignorant to the Hour of AI. I'm going to turn on bed. Well, you have to buy this pack to do it. It's the Prisma Visual pack. And I don't know if you can get that for free. I know you can get Luminous Dreams for free. I don't know if you can get Prisma for free. You might be able to on like MCPLDL or whatever it is. MCPDDL, something like that. But that's this pack. If I just use only Vibrant Visuals, you won't get that. So that's this Prisma Visuals pack. It's like $5 in the market. If you can even access Bedrock, if you can even access the marketplace, who knows? I don't know. But it's really cool. Oh look, yeah, this is really fast. Okay, I certainly need more than this many, but we'll get all but. I can't actually take all because I need room. Funny. I need room for let's see, how would you do this? Like this? There we go. Okay. All right, that's all I need. I just need a whole bunch of slabs. How is it not night? Come on. What? Look at what? Okay, looks like night to me, but I don't know. Imagine they say you need to hard reset your PC to play Bedrock without the issues. That'd be the fastest way to drive people right out of Minecraft. I certainly will not. I would never do that. I would convert my world to Java tomorrow if that became the issue. And the reason why, as much as I love it, over here playing just vanilla Bedrock with the Prisma Visuals is because I am so terrified with school and stuff. I'm so terrified of updates. Of updates like wrecking my world. I would never reset my computer until I'm done with school because I'm so scared that an update would break it and I wouldn't be able to log on to my classes. You know, I don't need the coal. I don't know why. I just stopped. I don't need the coal. This is not what I'm even doing. Why am I doing this? Just move along. Hey, Leonard, how's it going, bud? One of the absolute finest Minecraft builders in any space, creative or survival. Yeah, what's that mode that I play? Survival. Leonard, we're complaining about the Bedrock disaster pretty much today. That's kind of what we're doing. I'm just working on the. I decided to connect my entire world with highways, which has been a project, and so I just finished all of the ice, and now I'm going to add in some rails and sidewalks and stuff. So, my player skin is gone. Oh yeah, this skin situation is bad. The marketplace is bad. Yeah, this. So I don't know, Leonard. I know you play Java primarily. I don't know if you're aware of how absolutely hilariously disastrous this Bedrock update has been. And I am a Bedrock apologist. I want to reiterate. I'm the one who's always like, no, guys, it's good. It's not as bad as what everyone says. It's the most embarrassing update that's ever been. It's so terrible. So we've been kind of complaining last couple mornings. For my morning coffee and Minecraft streams, we've been kind of complaining about that a little bit. And just sort of venting, because ever since switching to Bedrock, I do love the engine. I love how smooth it is. I love how it plays. Well, it doesn't corrupt world. Oh well, although actually I've seen a few reports of corrupt worlds, but not that as much. But the update, you had to uninstall it and reinstall because they moved the file locations. which in itself is fine, but the transfer of files from the old location to the new location either didn't work for a lot of people or was so slow you thought it wasn't working. So what a lot of people, including me, did was uninstalled Minecraft and then reinstalled it to get it in the new location. Now, luckily, I've been around for long enough. I understand that you need to back up your worlds before you uninstall. But I'm sure a lot of people don't know that. You know, I'm sure a ton of people don't know that. Like, think about, like, parents who their kids play Minecraft, or just people aren't very computer savvy, right? So a ton of people lost their worlds. So there's, I really want that. Do I care? No. So I'm sure a ton of people lost their worlds. There's a huge memory leak issue where people are going down to like 2 and 3 frames per second because of, the longer it's open, the more memory leaks. Again, I'm not having that problem. There was a big mouse problem where the mouse was not locked to the game. So every time you moved your mouse in game, your actual cursor moved. So if you play 2 monitors, your mouse would just randomly click all over your computer in the background. It's terrible. I switched to Bedrock like what, 6 months ago, guys, or so? 6 months ago. Because mostly 2 reasons. I wanted vibrant visuals because I like the vanilla visual aspect. I like not playing with mods. I really enjoy vanilla as is, and I get to play with my kids when they're with their mom. So that's my big reason for switching. And I've not found there to be a million bugs, but this update has been terrible. It is shockingly bad. So, and of course, here's the biggest problem. There's been absolutely there's been zero communication from Mojang. In fact, we were just talking about it. Their YouTube channel, they just keep putting out memes on posts. There's literally not a single post about this from any of the Bedrock team, not the social team, nothing. It's been radio silence about these like really critical, huge problems. So anyway, so I switched a while ago and I have not regretted it until this update. This has been the worst. They forgot to set mouse lock to be on. Is that, I don't know what the issue is. That the issue? But then there's also, there's not just like keeping the mouse locked to the game, but there's also the memory leak issue, which I think is a separate thing. But so I'm playing, actually, I got this Prisma Visuals, which is a vibrant visual texture pack. And it's really great. I really love it. So I play with a couple add-ons. I play with this Prisma Visual, which is just vibrant visuals, but it's like, vibrant visuals is resource pack dependent now. So you can have resource packs that change vibrant visuals. Very cool. So I use this Prisma Visuals, and I use something called Realism Craft VFX, which adds things like birds flying in the sky and butterflies and tumbleweeds and nether storms, and rain is almost like, if it's an actual storm, it's almost like it's blinding with the wind and stuff. It's really, really, really cool. So I mean, it makes the game feel great. It's just that this update has me very disgruntled, you know. It's a true-false statement. They had it set to false when it should have been set to true. Well, it took them 2 weeks to, or well, a week. It took them a week to fix it. It took them a week to push out that hotfix, which, by the way, side note, that hotfix that fixed that only fixed that one issue. Nothing else, with no communication from the dev team. Oh yeah, there's also another issue where on any Minecraft servers for Bedrock, a lot of people are getting a completely pink overlay into their world. There's another issue where animated textures, and again, I'm not getting any of these, so I can't speak to them, but I saw them on video. Animated textures are like just random, like textures, like a water texture can look like a lantern because it's animated. And I'm not getting that, so I can't show you, but I saw people like, you know, Waddles and who else? Prowl, and you know, like some bigger YouTubers were having some real major issues. So it's a bad look. The lack of communications is bad. I cannot believe that they still haven't addressed it in the community yet. I'm stunned. The mouse lock thing was so infuriating that I almost stopped playing until they fixed it. because it was terrible. Your RTX resource pack is gone. Did you do an update or uninstall? Good morning, Andy. I'm just about done. I have to go actually take my car in soon, and so I'm not going to have time to study right now, so I'm going to play for a little bit longer today than normal. I'm taking my car in for a oil change and brake pads. Yeah, if you reinstall the game, you lose your packs. You gotta put them back in. I'll see you, Trey. Have a great day. So anyway, I'm usually done at this time. I'm gonna play a little bit longer, just because today I have this. I have a car appointment at 10. It doesn't really make sense for me to start school and then leave in 20 minutes. So I'm just gonna play for an extra 20 today. It would be really nice if I can get the sidewalk laid to connect this last part of the Chitauri spine. Then we're gonna have an actual usable road to Atlantis, to the Old West Kingdom, to Gabor, to the Boneville Bunker, to the tree repository. It'd be really nice. I really want another coffee, but I know I'm going to be sitting in the Wendy's across the street from the dealership for like 2 hours today, so I'm going to wait and have a Wendy's coffee while I do study on my laptop. Well, not study. Take notes on a 3-hour swallowing lecture. I have to learn about fibra endoscopic evaluations, where you stick a camera down someone's throat. I think mouth and throat. Though I haven't learned about it yet, so I don't even know. And take a look at their velopharyngeal port closure to see if they're getting good seal between the oral cavity and the nasal cavity. It's super interesting if you're in it, but it's gonna be very technical. So I have a 3-hour lecture that I'm gonna watch and take notes on while my car's in there. My kiddo kept getting distracted by how consistent you place blocks, but I managed to get out the door to school in time. My husband and I pestering them, saying, listen, I actually left my house today to walk up to the bus stop. It's like a quarter mile to the bus stop. And I was the only one to walk out the door. Both of my kids woke up about 10 minutes. I was trying to wake them up forever. Both of my kids woke up 10 minutes before we had to be walking out the door, and they weren't ready. So I just told them, I'm leaving. I'm leaving right now. And if you're not ready, see, look at the atmosphere. Guys, look at the atmosphere. It's so freaking cool. And wait till you see morning, because we're in a mangrove swamp now. So this is the mangrove swamp atmosphere. Look at it. I want to get a round sun. I don't know why I don't have a round sun in this resource pack. Because it's just I think the moon and the clouds are a resource pack. I don't know why the sun is square. Okay, let's sleep and check out the morning atmosphere in this pack. It looks really cool. This is a mixture of Prisma visuals and Realism Craft VFX. Look at the fog. It's actually even better from down here. Look at this. This is freaking. Look at the atmosphere, man. Swamps are so cool in the morning, and after storms. After storms, there's a different atmosphere. It's really cool. Oh, I can't wait to build all the arches and stuff, all the supports for this. It's going to be awesome. It's just so atmospheric, man. I freaking love it. All right, so look, we now have guide rails on this entire way. Now, what I actually want to add a second row of these, so we're going to do this, but this is how our Chitauri spine is now usable completely. Oh, Cloudsos is a resource pack. Yeah, I think I'm convincing Cloudsos to add these add the bump maps. I love those bump maps. I love how just tactile that feels. I mean, can you see even these slabs? It just feels like you could touch it. Love it. Anyway, we'll work on this for another, I don't know. 9. Let's do 10 more minutes. I'll log off at 9:20 my time, and then take my car into the dealership. There's so many things I want to build in this area. I was thinking about this area here. This is all gonna be, this is our tree repository, so this is gonna be all of our custom trees here. In fact, this is actually the entire reason why I built this extension of the Shithari Spine was so I can terraform this area right here without, and have an easier way to go repair it, because this extension goes to the guarding farm where I repair. Oh yeah, I'll put support, all different support structures and bridges, and actually probably a lot of custom terrain, so the terrain just comes up to it, you know. But yeah, for sure. Claude says, I'm having trouble imagining what a bump map would look like in a 32x pack. I should load up like Faithful or something like that and see what it looks like in this. I mean, it's probably super cool, but I'm just having trouble picturing it. It'd look the same, but more detailed. So would the bump maps would be like, they'd be like half as big, right? Or, I mean, a quarter as big, right? Like each of the little raises and ridges. Yeah. Eventually I'll come back in and I'll detail the sidewalk so it's not all just stone slabs, but this is just the roughing it in stage, you know. We're gonna be working on this for literally thousands of Minecraft days. Just intermittently, just whenever I feel like working on the spine so it blends in. And what's cool about, you know, this world is we have all different eras. You know, we have industrial, we're gonna have Old West, we're gonna have Atlantis, we have like fantasy. So the bridges of the Shithari Spine will each correspond to whatever area you're in. So like if you're in a fantasy, it'll be a real fantasy inspired support structure and bridge and stuff. If you're in medieval, it'll look more medieval. If you're in industrial, it'll be more industrial, all that kind of stuff, you know? Okay, so you take your textures, convert to grayscale, and then the value determines how it behaves with light. Oh, okay. Would you have to do that with each texture individually? Or can you apply it to a big bulk? Probably each texture individually, right? I was talking to Germ about it a little bit because I'm so in love with it, and he's kind of meh about it, about the bump map issue. But man, I love it, and you know, it's not super new to me. It's not like a shiny new toy. Like it's like something that like I had back in the RTX days, and that was one of the two things that I loved so much about the RTX was I love the bump maps and the way the light played on it. So this has just as good light play with the bump maps as RTX did. Of course, unfortunately, there's no colored lighting in the main game, though it is in Bedrock. There is colored lighting in Bedrock. I don't know if you guys all know that. You might not know that. Bedrock has colored lighting. It's just behind the educational edition, but it's in there. You have to turn on Render Dragon features, and there is completely customizable color lighting in the vanilla game. It's there. It's just not opened up yet. So I think we're on the, I would say that colored lighting is coming. I would think so at some point. I don't know if they would give it to Bedrock if Java didn't have the capability, but I think it's a matter of time. It's the it's to make it look like I'm working, but I'm procrastinating a different build roadway. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. You're exactly right. You're not kidding. You're right. But let's listen. This way, I can go repair my tools while I'm doing the. So I built the Shithari. I extended the Shithari Spine so that I can repair my tools, so that I can landscape the tree repository, so that I can build custom pine trees, so that I can add them to the haunted house build. You know, that's all it is. It's just that. Pretty simple. Okay, so I need to... Well, I need to wait for more stone to smelt up, but it's not there yet. This is all going to be Industrial City right here. I'm looking forward to that build quite a bit. So I think what we'll do is maybe one more. This bridge is okay. It's all right. I do want to change the end so they're not so stubby, but it's okay. The ends would be nice. And I'll tell you why I did this. Why I made these ends really stubby, because I was going to do a build here. I was going to do like a gateway sort of build on the bridge, and then I've since decided not to, but then I kept the end stubby. So what I'm going to do is, here, let me show you, because Clutches and I actually talked about this. So let me show you the shape of the bridge, the Steelport Bridge. So the reason why I did this stubby, I was going to go all the way over there and then bring it down because there's going to be a big support structure there. When I decided not to do the support structure, what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to make this a nice gradual slope down to the bottom. So I do want to redo that at some point. That's on the short list of projects that I'm going to do. Now, I've not had this area loaded, so it probably has no more stone than it had last time I looked. Let me see. Nope, not really. It's very fast, though. Oh. You could, oh yeah, you could play the bump map to like all the different colored version, like all the wool and stuff, right? I've re-edited 14 episodes for the bumper season 1 finale. Only 7 to go. That's good. Nice. Man, sometimes I miss the editing process. I mean, not always, but sometimes I miss like doing my like hyper active edits. The plan is in this in the next 17 to 18,000 day video, I'm going to try one of those and see how it does again, which I haven't done in forever. So there will be like, it'll be long. It'll probably be like close to an hour long. There will be like 4 lore segments within the video and stuff. So I think it'll be cool. And this super smell is pretty darn quick, you know, honestly. Okay, so let's do a little bit more. Let's do a little bit more, and then I'll go like 5 more minutes. I'll leave here in 7 minutes. I'll go take my car in. Okay. This will all be buildings. This will all be like city, for sure. Believe it or not, I'm actually kind of running out of room in Steelport. I mean, there's a lot of room yet to build, but I'm running out of room as far as where I'm going to start new sections because of the mountains and stuff nearby. Which side was I doing? I don't know which side I was doing. Was it this side? I don't know. Maybe it was. I don't remember which side it was. Look at the effects. Doesn't it feel cold? It feels cold, right? I mean, this is really good. I have seen that the new metric is 3 to 4 hour long videos. I have noticed that. I'm not worried about being only an hour long. I'm just gonna. It'll take me a long time to edit that, but because I don't record any, I'm not going to record any audio live. I'm going to do the whole thing voiceover like I used to. So we'll give her a shot and see what happens. You know, like I say, it's kind of a last stab at bringing my channel back to life. But if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I can live with it. Ugh. I think I can look like almost straight down and not get that double place thing, I think. As long as I don't go up the ridge, that's the whole thing. But then I can't like mouse click, which takes longer. Okay, so after we get all of this put down, all of the sidewalks put down, the whole way up to the Guardian Farm to Atlantis and back, then maybe tomorrow, depending on if I play any tonight on my own, then it took me a while to get used to voiceovers too, Andy, but then after I did, I actually preferred them for a really long time. And actually, I probably still prefer them, to be honest, because you can grab as many takes as you want to really say things just how you want to say it. But the reason why I stopped doing it was because that's when my life fell apart and everything changed. And so I just wanted to just talk like a normal person again, but there's a lot of perks to doing voiceovers. I got quickly used to it and preferred it generally. I just think you can, the way I do it, my workflow process is I record when I'm planning a voiceover video, right? I record clips silently with just gameplay in the background, and then I rename them. I rename a number so they're in order of like what number. So like say number 27, and then I'll write like a short sentence about what I want the clip to say because I'm thinking something, and then when I drag the clip into my editing software, that's when I think like, okay, oh, I see. Building the Chthar spine is really long, and I need a lot of ice. This is going to take a while. I'll just name it like, if that's what I want to say, then I'll just name my file like 27 ice takes a long time, and then I'll know kind of what gist I want to say whenever I'm editing for that clip. You know, you've never done voiceover? I really, if you haven't done it, try it once and see, because I do like how succinct you can be and how quickly you can move your edits along without being an absolute like 2025 YouTuber where it's like jump cuts every 4 seconds or every 1 second, honestly. I don't mind doing the history builds voiceover when talking about diary extracts. If you noticed a while ago, YouTube did a dumb by making the algorithm offer up to watch members only video to non-members. Oh, that's on purpose. I think that's on purpose. I think that's trying to promote buying memberships. I think they're doing that on purpose. So you're like, oh, I really want to see that video, so I'll become a member of this channel. I always assumed that was really on purpose. Leonard, what's a dilemma? Voiceovers versus like recording live, or what do you mean? Your builds are so awesome. What are you? Oh, hey, all right. This little slice is done. Very nice. What's your latest project? You do such awesome. You're such amazing builds. I mean, really, really amazing builds. Yeah, I get that. I used to do them too, and I'm basically so I, you know, when I got divorced about 3 years ago now, I just couldn't. I couldn't do YouTube. I couldn't focus on it. It just, everything was like crashing, right? And I'm fine now. Don't worry, it's fine. But that my channel just completely died because I wasn't uploading, and certainly when I did, I wasn't uploading quality at all. I was just, you know, I was hanging on by a thread. So I've recently, I mean, I've always loved Minecraft still, but I've recently decided, well, you know, what the heck? Let's take one more stab at kind of bringing my channel back from the dead, you know, and see. So this is sort of my stab. I'm streaming on the second channel now, and then I'm just gonna put out sort of 1,000-day videos on my main channel every 1,000 days of pretty edited, polished videos that just show an absolute crap ton of progress on one video that has high production value, lots of edits and cuts and lore segments. So if you're into the lore segment, that'll still all be there. And I figure I'll take one more crack. And if it doesn't work, whatever, I'm fine with that. But it seems silly to just completely give up, you know. So I'm going to try it one more time. We'll see what happens. I'm not overly concerned about it either way. I'm in graduate school right now, so I don't have time to be concerned about it, honestly. And actually, recording without voiceovers actually helps me because right now, because of being in graduate school, I can jump on with my kids in the house or something like that. If I have an idea and I can just record a 15-second clip with my mic muted and then knowing that I'll throw that in a video with a voiceover later, or even just with music or whatever, you know. It's actually a lot easier for me, or even if I'm middle studying and think, oh, you know what I should do, that would be a good like 10-second clip. So I'm just recording all these like 10 to 12-second clips, and then I'll do all the editing in post, and we'll see what happens. All right, well, I need to take my car to the dealership. So, longer stream than normal today. I'll be on tomorrow around 8:15 a.m. as usual. As soon as I get my kids on the bus, we'll do a little bit more building. Probably here. Maybe, who knows? Maybe we'll be working over there at the tree repository in Gabor. Maybe. We'll see. Love y'all. Leonard, nice talking to you, dude. I know you guys know, but beautiful Minecraft builder. One of the best I've ever seen. So, all right. Love y'all. See you guys.